Baby, check it out, guys. My name is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist. Been working on some relief printings here, some relief prints. Look at this. It's a little wood block, but it's got a sort of a synthetic type of material. So I'm going to show you guys how I did this in another video, but just wanted to give you a little update on this relief prints. I like the imperfections of them. Of course, that's the whole point of it. Some people get stuck on, oh my God, it has to look a certain way. It has to be exactly this or exactly that. Not for me. I love the imperfections of it. Very cool. Some relief printing wood block. Got a little pencil right here. So this one is going to be the first series, of course. Okay. Let's see if I got a better pencil. I got an artist pencil right here. There we go. Let me sharpen that real quick. That way you guys can see what I'm doing real quick. Before I get started, I need to get started on some other stuff in my studio, but I wanted to show you this since the whole point of this videos is to bring you guys some value and hopefully get you guys to have fun with your work as well. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna sign my name here. You're gonna see right here. I'm gonna sign my name. Very small. Okay. The year. Okay. 2018, and then the series right here. This is series 1. Very simple. Okay. Now the reason why I'm just doing series is because I'm not gonna limit it completely. I'm not gonna do a complete limited edition on this, right? I'm gonna do a few of them. I'm gonna do a series. And maybe next year I'll do another series. Who knows? We'll see. These are going to be ready for sale on my website, on my eBay shop as well. Very cool, very thick paper, very nice stuff. Relief printing or woodblock printing, either way. I like how thick this is. Look, you can almost see it, how thick the actual ink is. I really liked it. This is the first time I tried the water soluble one. I tried a water soluble ink. Usually I use regular inks or not. They're water soluble too, but this one is like a paste. Water soluble ink, but it comes out as a paste. 3400. Let's see if you guys can see that right there. Anyways, I'm gonna sign this one again. The year, series 1. This looked very, very beautiful, framed. Especially this, you don't really need to matte. This you can just put some. I'll show you guys later how I do that. You put some adhesive on the back, of course, acid free, and then you place it over a mat, over a blank mat, and then you frame the mat itself. Okay, this looks really, really nice once they're put in a mat and then a minimalist frame. Any type of frame, really, any silver frame or white frame or gray frame or white frame looks really nice with this black and white relief printings. But I just want to show you. Let me do one, that way you guys can see how I do them and get an idea. This one got some paint there. So check it out. This is a small one. I've done some very large ones. I'm going to show you how I do the large ones, but let me see. Let me use something else because I'm gonna use cardboard. Piece of cardboard. Just a second. I usually do this in plexiglass, but my plexiglass table right here is used. Let me see if I can do it with this one. I'm gonna do it right here. I'll do it on this piece of cardboard. Okay. So this is the way I'm gonna do it. Okay. The way I like to do it, okay, is to get this a little bit wet. All right, just a little bit. The roller. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Let's see right here. So this has the paste now, nice and thick. I like it that way, especially with these water-soluble ones. And then this is what we do, look, to create the relief. Make sure to get everything. Then you get one of these, the texture, of course, the side you want it printed, and then you just kind of center it. Then you're going to eyeball this. Okay? You're going to eyeball this. And then I take something like this, the back of it, and just kind of rub it in circular, but holding the actual drawing in place, because if it moves, it's going to ruin the artwork. I've seen an artist do it with rice paper and a light bulb, using a light bulb to rub it in, to rub the print. This is the beauty of printmaking. Let me see if you guys can. Look at that. Look at that. Ain't it cool? I love this stuff. Maybe a little bit more of paint, maybe a little bit more of ink, but this is the part. This is the way this stuff works. Some comes out like that, some doesn't. Let's do this again. Need some more ink in there. This is the thing with the water-soluble ones. They get pasty. And sometimes they become a little bit more difficult to work, as opposed to just regular ink. Okay, and get this again, and I'm gonna put it right there. I'm gonna do it with my hands this time around. The larger ones, they have different tools for it, but for the larger ones, I also like to use the palm of my hand. It's just I just go like this, right? You're just sort of feeling where the bumps are, right? Where there's no bumps, well, you don't put any pressure. You're sort of feeling the bumps. Now, here we go. Okay, there's another one. This one came out very filled. They dry so beautiful. I love the way it dries. It's almost like raised lettering or something. I really love it. So, and I'm the type of artist that doesn't throw away anything. So I know this I learned from Warhol. He never threw away anything. And the reason why is because you learn from it all. You know, like this little puppy right here, I might paint over it. I don't know. I might do different stuff on it. I might do some mixed media with it. Right? The ones that are not, that don't come out as strong. I might do something else with it. This is what you do. I'm going to show you something else too right now. I want you to see different stuff that you can do, you know, because nothing is set on stone, guys. If you are trying to create artwork and you think that something is set in stone, you may be disappointed. The beauty of artwork is that nothing is set on stone. I'm going to get some paint right here, just really quick. Brushes over here. Let me put this puppy over here. And I want you guys to see this. We'll work on mixed media. I love that. Yeah, sometimes, and it opens your eyes to different opportunities, also to different ideas when you work on mixed media. That's one of the beauties of working on mixed media, that it opens you up to different. Some people ask me, how do you get all these ideas? Yeah, the Andy Warhol reference. Yeah, Andy Warhol was a genius. I know a lot of people don't like him. I don't know why. Maybe his personal life, like how he treated other people and all those things. I don't know about that. I wasn't around him. Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. But I know he was a genius. Look, I'm going to rub some paint right here. Look at this. Okay? I'm going to do a couple like that. I want you guys to see. I'm going to get some paint over here. Can you guys see that? I'll take some of this. And I'm going to rub it. Now, the point of the squeegee is for two things. Okay? The whole point of the squeegee, the little squeegee thing, is for two things. One is to spread the paint and make it appear as if, let me remove this over here, as if it's been printed on, almost. This is what I like. It's been screen printed. And the other reason is because you're removing all the excess paint. You know? As you remove the excess paint, what's left? Well, just the coloration is the only thing that is left. You know? You can even speed the process if you want to. If you're only working on a couple of them at a time, you can even speed the process and get something like this. Get a towel and just, or rub it, you know? And what you're doing is you're speeding the drying process because the paint got absorbed, right? That's why it's so important to use quality paper for it. If you can find any quality paper, See, now it's dry to the touch because the paint just got absorbed. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing to this one. I'm gonna show you guys. Now I'm gonna get this. And I'm gonna get a little bit of water. I like using water as opposed to other stuff like artists back in the day. The reason why it's because the cleanup is so easy and it's not stinky. It's not smelly. It doesn't really hurt your sinuses or your you know, especially if you're a working artist. If you're doing this all the time, you know what I'm talking about. You don't want to be smelling that shit all day. Nobody does. Nobody does. The only reason a lot of people are stuck on it and they're like, no, I gotta use that. The only reason you're using it is because back in the day they couldn't think of anything else to do. That's what they used. Look at this. An artist is paid for his or her vision. It's not paid for the labor. We're paid for our vision, our artistic vision. And the more you practice, the more you guys got to see what I'm doing, because if you guys don't see what I'm doing, there's no point in it. I'm going to do a whole class on this, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. A whole class on it. An actual class, not just me showing you some part of it or not, so that you guys, those of you who don't know how to do this, you guys will learn how to do it. Okay, you make sure to get it really well. This is very thick stuff. I like it and I hate it all at the same time. So now we get our paper that we tinted. It's basically a tinted paper, and we're gonna put it right there, and we're gonna rub it in there, rub it in their faces. Let them know what we're about. Now, because it's a paste, it takes a little while to dry. Okay, it doesn't dry so easily. Even though it's water, it's still a paste. So we notice I'm just rubbing it. And wherever I'm feeling that there is a raised edge, that's where I'm pressing. I really should clean up my studio. I wouldn't clean up my studio if I were you. I would just get to it. I would just get to it. Okay, so now that I did this, okay, now you guys are going to see. Check it out. Bam! Look at that. Ain't it cool? Freaking amazing. And you can do with different stuff. You can tint different stuff. You can different color inks as well. Right? You can use different color inks. You can tint. You can do different stuff. And I mean, the world is your oyster. It's just your imagination. Really what many times what holds us back is just our imagination, guys, our creativity. But this is part of Series 1 as well, right? Because we're all doing it. It's being done right now. It's part of Series 1. It's being done in the same time. Next week or next month, right? If I do another group of them, they're not going to be Series 1 because there's something else in my head now. There's going to be something else in my head. There's going to be a whole different thing in my head. So that's why the series are made. Not because of what galleries say. A lot of galleries say a bunch of bullshit. Not against it, because they have to do what they have to do to sell. I'm not against it. I'm going to apply some more. But it's not because of what galleries say what makes a series. What makes a series is the artistic what the artist is going through, as opposed to what galleries make up or what people make up. Later on, I'm going to something else is going to be in my mind, you know, especially if I continue to create work, which you should if you're a full-time artist. And that's your livelihood. I'm going to get another one. I'm going to put it in there again. Press in the middle, and then I'm going to start rubbing it in their faces. Something else is going to be in my mind, and that's going to be series 2. You know, I may tint the paper different. I may use a different ink, different color ink. That's a different series. I may use a different paper. Something else is going to go in my mind. Something else is going to spark up. That's where the series come from. That's why Monet had water lily series, because something else was happening. You know, at some point he had cataracts, right? Something else was happening. He was looking at light differently. It was the same subject. There was a point where he started painting that subject and it looked almost like realism, not impressionism. At some point, the same subject, a different collection, a different series, became expressionism, abstract expressionism, colorism, right? Later on in his life, because something else was happening. There was a point that he wasn't signing his name, he was actually printing his name. He's stamping, not printing, stamping his name on the paintings. Something else was happening, right? There was a different experience happening in his life. That is the beauty of the artist. That is the whole package of the artist. I know a lot of you guys see me talk about business and marketing and all that. Oh, that's great, but first you got to be an artist, right? This is why it becomes difficult for a lot of artists out there because they're not working hard. You're not working on your craft. So you're like, I want to sell. Yeah, I know you want to sell, but first you need to create. I know I'm like nagging this morning, but you know, look at this. This came up super chunky. It is what it is. It is what it is. You throw it away? I wouldn't. It's got its own character. Maybe it was all the nagginess that I was talking about right now. Made it look different, right? I don't know. As opposed to something with a more defined line. Who knows? Maybe I was pressing too much. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. And that's the beauty of art. Right? No two pieces are the same. Even if you're printing, no two pieces are ever the same. That is why they are collectible. That is why they are valuable. Because no two pieces are the same. I like to remove the excess. Even if I paint the background, it doesn't matter because the background's not going to appear on the painting, really. It's being cut away. But I like to clean it so that I can keep a clean edge as I'm using it as much as I can. Eventually, I'm not even going to be able to clean it. The paint is going to start sticking, right? So eventually, I'm not even going to be able to do that. But I'm going to try to keep it as clean as possible. I don't know, somewhat. Not too much, because I don't like spending time in bullshit like that. But just enough. There it is. Later on, I'm going to show you guys how that stuff is done. If those of you who don't know, you're essentially just carving it out. You know, you're carving it out. I'm going to do a class for you guys. This is a very simple little tool. I've used some very pro. I've used some very pro pieces. You just carve it out. You gotta be careful though, because look. Cut myself. Doing the bird. So now it adds to the story, right? All right, anyways, we'll mess with it later. So that's it, guys. That's it for right now. I'll get back to you guys and show you guys some more of the stuff that I've been doing. Make sure to clean up your stuff. This needs to be very clean. And try different inks. I don't know. Test it. You know, different stuff. All right, take care, guys. My name is Jose Trujillo. I am the world's greatest living artist. If not, my artwork can prove it. All right, take care. Bye-bye.